Welcome back to our channel, guys.
Hey.
This is another round of some Q&A that you guys have. We like to answer these questions on like a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
Yeah, and you guys seem to really enjoy that last video we put out with the Q&A.
Yeah, the first one, a lot of good positive feedback on that, so we figured we would do it again.
Yeah.
So our first question comes from Michelle Ellis, right?
8201.
8201. And Michelle, you asked,
I really enjoyed this video, and the Q&A videos are always so interesting. The music and the nature shots were very nice too. I have a question. I'm sure others already know this, but I don't. Are Anthony and Gary brothers? Love you guys. I hope your son is well by now, and if not, I hope he will be soon. Take care.
So good question. So no, Gary and I are not brothers, but we are brother-in-laws.
Yes.
So Melanie is my little sister, just in case you guys didn't know. Their channel is Simple Life Reclaimed. They both, Melanie and Gary, bought the property with Roxanne and myself. All four of us own the property here, and we're all doing this at the same time. Together doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like my brother, but brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Not blood brother.
Nope.
It's funny because we've gotten that question about Gary and Melanie or Roxanne and Gary or whatever a bunch of times.
Yeah, the relation between all of us.
Yeah, so just so you guys know.
Yeah.
The second question for today comes from Red Rivers Homestead, and they asked,
my question is, do you all plan to have a get-together or a meet and greet so fans can meet you all? Like a barbecue or something?
We've actually talked about that. I think Mike from DD5, I don't know exactly when it was, but he kind of spilt the beans a little too early, Mike, if you see this, and that's all right. We have planned, us four, me, you, Melanie, and Gary, we've planned on doing something like that, like a meet and greet over here in Arkansas somewhere. It's going to be somewhere around here that's kind of close for us to go to because there's so many good places to do that.
Oh yeah, beautiful places too.
So there's nothing 100% set in stone, like, hey, here's the flyer for this thing or anything like that. But I think next year we are going to be planning something. So stay tuned. Yeah. And you will find out. So out here in Arkansas, we get lots of hail sometimes. We get big windstorms. There's trees everywhere. Snow. Water. Rain. Right. And this question actually is something we've thought about. But this next question was from Melissa. And she asks, have you thought about building a shed for your vehicles to park under to keep them out of the storm and to protect them? Yes, so we have talked about that. If you guys watch some of our videos, you know where we park our cars at, like right next to the house. We've always wanted that spot open for parking, and we've actually talked about getting one of those metal, I guess, carport garage things, right? It's open on all sides, but there's a roof on it. I'd rather buy one of those than build one out of wood. Yeah. Right, just so it lasts a lot longer out here, you know, humidity and different things for that. So yes, we have talked about it. They are kind of spendy. They're not super expensive, but for the size we would need, I think they were around like $2,500 brand new. Yeah. You can get them used. Yeah. I've looked for used ones because, you know, that'll work too. But yes, we have thought about that. We do want to protect our vehicles and different things. We just haven't done that yet. Yeah, definitely something we want to do. So out here on our property, if you guys don't know, we do have 41.36 acres out here. Except for what you guys seen that's cleared, everything else is raw land. Oh yes. It's just woods. This was hunting property before we bought it, and so they kept it completely untouched for that reason. Yeah. And we've had similar questions to this. I do want to build like a cabin over here in the woods and different things, but we had a question from like button 5456, was it? 5445. 5445, like button 5445, and they asked a question actually nobody's ever asked before. Yeah. Love the Q&A. I'd love to hear about yours and SLR's plan for all the land. I know you are going to I know you're doing the pond and Anthony wants to build a cabin there, but are there any more plans of the land, and is there going to be, or what is going to be left all the kids are grown up, and for them to also build their own homes? I'd love still be watching this 15 years from now and see all the kids helping each other build their own homes. Well, it's funny because we've talked about that kind of stuff before with Wyatt right now, just like jokingly, but it's serious. Since we do have, I mean, we don't have like thousands of acres or nothing, right?
Yeah.
But 41 acres, there's 4 kids. I mean, we're not going to parcel it out.
Yeah.
Like 10 acres a piece, nothing like that. But all the kids here, I mean, we talked with Melanie and Gary, like when we're, you know, old and gone and they're still here, they can build a house pretty much anywhere they want. They can take the area we cleared and build houses. They're going to have to figure it out themselves. But we don't really have any plans as of right this moment that I can think of like, hey, let's go clear out this 5-acre plot over here.
Yeah.
For cattle or for whatever. We really like the woods.
Yeah.
Like, if I could, I'd take our house, right, and put it right in the middle of the woods with trees all around. Right? Kind of think like,
yeah.
Like, you guys remember, sounds dumb, showing my age a little bit. Remember that old Disney movie Benji with the dog, right? I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Remember that cabin out in the woods in that show? And the wolf gets scared off and there's trees all around it, and like, you know, you're in the woods. Yeah. That's what I would really like. So we want to keep most of this woods.
Yeah. But you do want to build like a little cabin out here into the woods.
Yes. So right over here, on the opposite side of the pond, if you guys missed me talking about that in a couple videos ago or 10 videos ago, whatever it was, I do want to clear a little spot out over here, but we're talking about clearing a spot literally only for a building.
Yeah, just like big enough to, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And use some of the wood. There's tons of pines out here, and try to build an actual log cabin from, you know, by hand.
Yeah, something small.
Something small.
Yeah.
Like Thunderdome size, like 10 by 20, 10 by 12, something, just a dry cabin.
Yeah.
That's the only foreseeable plans that I have, but I haven't even gotten started on that yet.
No,
like, that's not even on the radar.
As far as for like the property, like other than like kind of our living area up on the other side, as far as out this way, that's the only thing I think has really been planned. Yeah. As far as what we're planning on building and stuff. Yep,
and I had the spot picked out and everything.
Yeah.
So I've already laid claim to it.
Yeah.
To that spot over there.
Yeah, and I hope that when the kids do get older and they, you know, start venturing into their own lives, that they do want to build something here. I know Wyatt's talked about it. I know he's only 9. But he's talked about when he gets older that he's going to build a big old cabin.
Yeah, way in the back.
Yeah, way on the other side. So.
Away from everybody.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
So another question we've actually gotten quite a lot since we've been here and put both of the sheds on the property. Originally, this was kind of a plan, but from Cher Pearson, 5196, they had a question that maybe some of you guys don't know, and they asked what?
I always wonder why you guys didn't do a straight deck from the house deck to the to Thunderdome with a cover over it, so you could go through there in the winter when it's raining, whatever. Just curious.
Yeah. So our original plans, if you go way back, our original plans was to connect like the big deck on the house with stairs going down into the deck on Thunderdome.
Yes.
With a cover over it. Yep. That was the original plan. But as you guys know in life, plans change.
Yeah, well, especially once you kind of start building and getting like the layout kind of, you end up changing your mind or ideas.
Yeah, so we decided not to go that route because we wanted the deck just to be straight on the house. We needed the laundry room area, not to, I mean, the stairs have been like right next to the laundry room. Yeah. It just, the flow of everything wasn't what we wanted after we started building. And that's okay to have Thunderdome separate. It doesn't matter. Walking down there in the rain, it's not a big deal. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. So we're like, why even spend the time and money to do it? Yeah.
Plus, when we were like building the house deck, we were going to actually move the stairs to the other side. We changed our mind on that and put the barbecue area. Yep. And then as we were building the main stairs for the deck, we kind of changed our plans too a little bit because of where we had the post placed. So we had to kind of move it over a little bit, which is fine. I think it actually works out better that way.
Yeah, everything came out really good the way it's built now.
Yeah, and plus we have other ideas now that we have it the way it is, so I think it's going to make it look really nice over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, another hot topic around here.
Yeah. For
months.
Yeah.
Months and months and months.
I'll say it gets brought up every time you see it on the camera.
Every single time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to answer out in this video right now. So Brian Hansma asked this question that has been asked a billion times.
Yeah. You guys will get a kick out of this. Are you ever going to finish that trim in the kitchen? It's driving the OCD me crazy, LOL.
Okay, real long and story short, of above our kitchen, above the corner, there's one little tiny piece of trim that's missing.
Yeah.
The only reason why it's missing is because when we were putting the trim on, that angle piece, it's like a really weird cut. You think it'd just be a straight little tiny piece. I can get it done in 5 seconds.
It looks like it.
It looks like it, but
Yeah.
it's not. One side's skinnier, one side's fatter. It curves up on one side, this side goes straight. So I really have to like customize a piece for it. And it's been so long without it there, and people have said so much about it. I forget who it was, but someone just mentioned I should just write 2023 where that trim piece goes.
Yeah.
With a happy face.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do something like that. So no, that trim is not done there yet. I don't know if I'm ever gonna replace that trim now. It's kind of like a running joke now. So
Yes, kind of, yeah.
so maybe I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
But there you go, Brian. That's the answer to that.
Yeah.
So in our videos, a lot of times you guys see stuff in the background that we never mention. So this question from 4D Acres is one of those things where they keep seeing something in the background, they're curious about it. So
Yeah. Hey, Rox and Anthony, what's up with the white truck sitting in your driveway? Who does it belong to? Second question is, why don't you all use the side-by-side more on the daily chores?
So I'm assuming the white truck you're talking about is kind of over by the dumpster. It's just sitting there. It's a Chevy. That's Gary's truck. They call it Smalls. It's their second truck that they have. It's kind of like the spare truck.
Yeah.
It's not ours.
The gas saver too.
The gas saver
Yeah.
before they got their new car.
Yeah.
So that's their truck, and they don't use it because they have Biggie. They have their big dually they use. It's just the backup. And for the side-by-side, I mean, the chores we would use that for, there's really not a lot of chores that we need the side-by-side for, like daily chores.
Yeah, I mean, especially like feeding the chickens and stuff.
Yeah, everything's right there.
Yeah, we can just walk. We do use it like if we're gonna go get some stuff out of the tent, you know, we'll drive it over there to load it up. If we're working down here at the pond, we'll take it.
Yeah, so we do use it.
We do use it.
Quite often. Just, we don't have a trailer for it. There's nothing really needed on a daily.
Yeah.
To use, like, oh man, I really need to use the side-by-side for this every day.
Yeah, if we had like cattle and horses and all that stuff.
Bringing hay and stuff, we'd be using it all the time.
we would use it way more.
Straw, yeah. So we have in the past, when we first moved here to Arkansas, we had a whole video about getting our sheds, right, and where we were going to start from, and we had to
shopping around.
We had to search, because when we moved here to this area, we didn't know where to go, what companies to look at. We didn't know anything. Like, I remember Roxanne and myself, we went and drove around on a Sunday here, okay? Because we're from, you know, different area of the country. Well, we started driving around on a Sunday. I remember going to Fort Smith and everything was closed. You'd see these little, you know, shed dealerships everywhere, consignment places or whatever. And we didn't know what to do, so we started looking online. And we had one question that we answered a long time ago in a whole video. But they asked, and who's it from? It's from Circle City Slicker.
Yeah, love the name, by the way.
Yeah, Circle City Slicker asks this question.
What company did your sheds come from? This is my retirement dream.
So we found a company, it's called Ron's Portable Buildings. They're in Oklahoma. They're about an hour and so away from here.
Yeah.
And everybody over here, when we started asking, hey, where can I get these buildings? Where can we get the sheds? Everybody pointed us towards Ron's.
Yeah, and actually we met somebody that had purchased a shed from Ron's and was converting it into a shed to house. And they were telling us, you know, it's a good deal. And
you need to go check it out.
Yeah.
And before we went there, like I said, we went to these little lots where they sell, like, there's like 5 sheds on it and they're small.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I thought we were going to have to deal with. But no, when Ron's in Oklahoma, I mean, it's giant.
Yeah.
They got like tons and tons and tons of these buildings, these sheds.
Yeah, and plus
all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, plus they'll you know, customize them for you and build them and stuff there.
Yeah, we placed the windows, the doors, everything where we wanted. Exactly. They'll put porches on them. I mean, it's great, and they deliver.
Yeah.
And they deliver, and it was like literally from Oklahoma to here, it was like $25 delivery fee.
Yep.
It was so cheap.
It was.
And the building's quality, everything's 16 on center. It's engineered trusses for the roof, the tin, so they're really good quality in my personal opinion. We've been in one for almost 3 years, have no complaints, really good. So Ron's Portable Buildings in Howey, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All right guys, and the final question that we picked out for today's video comes from Gene Holdstock, okay? And this is actually a funny question because I've complained about this a bunch. But Gene asks this question.
Yeah, I have a question for both, for you both. What is one thing that you were dreading, what was one thing you were dreading having to learn or do, that you have actually enjoyed learning or doing?
Oh.
Thank you for your motivation, company, and entertainment.
So for me, since I said I complained about this a bunch, which I did.
Yeah.
Right? I was dreading drainage plumbing. Okay?
Yeah.
Learning how to do that and doing it. I still hate plumbing. I give all you plumbers props out there if you're a plumber.
So you didn't find that you actually enjoyed it?
Well, when I get to it, I hated doing that. I didn't really enjoy doing it, but I enjoyed it when it was finished and enjoyed learning how to do it. Because now, at least I have an understanding about it.
Yeah.
I had zero understanding about plumbing drainage before. And that's one of those things, unless you're getting taught, like in your apprentice, you just have to do it to learn it.
Yeah.
And then once you've done it, you're like, okay, I know that now. Oh, that makes sense. So for me, it was the plumbing. I was not looking forward to it at all.
Yeah. So one thing I would say I was learning or dreading to learn about was actually electrical. Before we moved here, I remember I talked to a couple of my friends and asked them, how do you wire up a house? And you know, they're like, oh, it's really simple. And they're explaining it to me. And I remember just being overwhelmed with, oh, this is not going to be fun. What if there's a short, you know?
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, but then once we started doing it and I started doing my own research about it, I've actually found that I enjoyed it. It was very simple to do, and I wired the entire house. I
was just going to say, just in case you guys don't know, except for physically just running the wire, which is just drilling a hole and running wire, which I did.
Yeah.
Roxanne, she wired our entire house and Thunderdome, except for the fans. That's the only thing that you didn't wire.
No, I mean, but the wire was there.
Yeah.
You know.
And the only reason why I wired that, because it's way up on top and it was easier for me to reach, right?
Yeah.
And so she wired all the plugs, all the switches, I mean all the GFCIs, everything. So props to this lady right here.
Yeah.
She did a really good job.
Yeah.
But it was scary for me too, because one short, like you say, you can cause fires, different things. So it is kind of scary a little bit. Come on, Twister. But she did a great job, so.
Yeah.
All right guys, but that's it for today's questions. So leave a like and comment down in this video, and please, if you guys have any other questions, it could be anything. I've said this before, we are very transparent around here.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed going through the comment section of this last video we did and just seeing all your guys' questions. And I mean, some of them were questions I was like, oh, that's interesting, like that people are wondering about that. So
yeah, and if we did not answer your question because there was so many, we just randomly picked some that we thought might need to be addressed or been asked a whole bunch. But I think maybe on the next video we'll ask a question. We tried to do it this one too, that was like the first time somebody asked something, just to explain things. So please leave a comment down in this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed. And like I said, we are very transparent. We'll answer everything that you guys ask. Unless it's really personal, we're not going to answer those questions. Please don't ask, because we ain't going to. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for being here on this video. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.